Hey you guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of my vlog. How y'all doing today? I hope y'all having a fantastic and a beautiful day. So it's been a while since I haven't made any kind of vlogs or anything. I've taken myself a small break so I could just relax myself and ease my thoughts and everything. And now finally I'm back with, of course, another review. So the review is basically about a PUBG mobile trigger. So let's talk about that, and I'm going to tell you, is it worth buying a trigger? Yes or not, or are the controllers much better? If you haven't watched the controller videos, do check out the link somewhere here popping up. Just check it out, and if you like it, you can buy it. The link will be down in the description of those videos. So we're going to be talking about these triggers. So as you see here, this is not a usual trigger. This has 4 different controls to it, so you can customize them accordingly according to your preferences. And this is how the trigger looks. This is a 4 trigger. Yeah, 4 trigger. I'm going to tell you the pros and cons. Is it worth the money? I mean, it's not so expensive as compared to the controller or the wireless controller from G5 Gamester. So let's just use this and let's see if it's worth the buy, yes or not. So for the review, basically I'm going to be using my OnePlus phone. So you need to put on the triggers like this. You need to lock them up. So this has a locking mechanism here. You see that? Like that, and it gets latched to it. So that's the way that you need to put on the trigger to the mobile phone. There we go. So this is locked, and this is how the trigger looks. So this is the functionality of it. This is how it's going to be looking from the side angle, the side view. And if you ask me, does it have enough gap for the trigger to function properly? Yes, it does. You can see that. You can see the movement. That is the exact movement here. Now the only problem to these triggers, what I've seen so far, is that you cannot put them on a surface like this, which is a shiny layer surface, the one which I have here. It tends to slip here and there. As I put it now already, it's locked in its place, but unfortunately you can see it moving like this. So that is a challenging part here. So if you set up the buttons and if you try to press the triggers, what happens is that it just tends to slide off from its place. Have a look at this from the side angle, all properly inside. But now when I start pressing the trigger, what happens is that it starts to pop up. You see that? See? So please do not use on these kind of mobile phone covers. These are not good for the triggers. So if you have a trigger, or if you want to get a trigger like this, you need a rugged surface cover. The kind of cover that you require is like this, a rugged surface. So this is from the brand called Nilkin. I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce it. I'm going to be swapping this cover with this one. This is the cover that I put on. Let me just put on the triggers here. And this stays much better because of the surface of the cover. Locked. These triggers tend to pop out. So what you need to do every now and then, you need to push it down. And in order to keep it in its place, it's the best if you try to use it without the covers. Now let's just put on the triggers to it, and that's how we go. Much better. And I would highly suggest you and recommend you to put some pressure here when you're on the go and when you're playing, because these triggers have a problem that they just tend to pop out by themselves, you know. So it's not only with this trigger, but any trigger that you put on like this and this format will have the same issue. So you have to be careful about that factor, and you need to keep that factor in your mind. So whenever you're playing the game, just be cautious about that the trigger will be moving here and there. So now let me just turn on the game and show you how the gameplay is, and is it comfortable by holding the trigger and playing with it, yes or not. So let's get the game started and let me show you how it looks. Basically, I'm not going to be playing the game. I'm just going to be on the training mode to show you guys how it is, the gameplay. So there we go. I put one trigger here. So this is the trigger. You see that? I'm clicking on this on the top trigger button and it's punching. Okay, let's use an MK14 or a barrel, and let's just take some bullets. Okay, so now let me just go and target something. Let me just show you. Here we go. Scope, and you can just walk and fire. That's the best part about this, you know, like this. Run, fire, on the move. But with the trigger, that's a good thing. But the only problem I find with the trigger is that it keeps moving from its place a little, not that much. Won't be a problem if you get used to it, So you can move, you can run, and you can shoot the trigger. You can customize the setting according to your needs. You just need to get used to this and you're good to go. The trigger quality could be much better and much more smoother, but I know that they're cutting a lot of cost, trying to, give the best, a value for money, that's what I would term it. But you just need to get used to this, and once you are used to this, I believe it's a fantastic trigger on the go. It's just like using a gun trigger. The advantage of this is that on the go you can shoot, on the run you can shoot. That's what I find is the best part of using a trigger. So run, jump, and shoot. You could use all your fingers at once. The most important thing is that, is it usable in a game? Yes or not? So yes, it's definitely usable. It's 100% usable in a gameplay, as anyone would ask, because it's just like a traditional trigger, and it's not that expensive to give it a try. It's close about like $4 or something. I'm going to provide you the link down in the description. You can go and check them out by yourself and just see whether it's worth it or not. But let me warn you one thing, you're not going to be perfect from day one in a real match. Instead, I would recommend you to go for a training mode session with the trigger, and until you get used to it. So it's highly recommended that you go and try it out first, and after that only go for a gameplay. Okay, so the most important thing about the trigger is that the quality could have been better, but unfortunately it's not that good because you're not paying that much money. So if you would ask me, is this better, or the trigger which looks like the console which I just showed you in the previous vlog, you have to check that out. So I would suggest you that trigger is much better than this trigger, because this is fixed on the phone and that has a kind of a body frame to it. It doesn't pop out like this one. You see this? I just took it off with the lock on itself. And have a look at this. That's how easy it is. And most of the phone nowadays has a smooth surface. We don't have any rough phones, no rugged phones anymore. If you don't have that kind of budget and you want something of this is the way to go for. But if you have the money and you can pay a couple of more extra dollars, you can try the other trigger, the one which looks like the console. That is way much better than this one. That's what I think, and that's my honest opinion. Instead of buying this one, you could buy the other one, and the other one really has a good grip to it. But this one is just a standalone piece. It is a kind of a hindrance at times when this is on the phone. So frankly speaking, that's what I think about it, because I've been using it and I've tried this out on my phone and the other triggers also, but this one is not that good as the ones that I used earlier. So the one which was popping up in the iCard, that is the one that you should go for. The Gamester is an option, okay, that is an expensive option if you got the money, but that is not a mechanical trigger, basically an electronic trigger which connects to your phone via Bluetooth, and I think you should skip this off. This is not worth your money. It doesn't have that kind of grip. It's too plasticky, so that is the drawback of this trigger. So this is what I think, and this is my honest opinion. So I thought I should let you guys know about this, because this is a hype. Not a lot of kids nowadays don't have that kind of money to buy the expensive ones, so they try to go for this one, and I don't want you guys to waste your money on this also. So that's like it from today's episode. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys did, please don't forget to smash the thumbs up button, and if you guys aren't a part of the family yet, please don't forget to subscribe, and I'm going to see you guys in another episode. Till then, take care, bye bye, love, peace.